So, how to start the interaction? Who will break the ice? आप लोग बताओ क्यों लेना है आंसर? Have you read anything in Anthro? Mike is there. Then how do you know that you have interest?
I've gone through the syllabus as well, and your book has also suggested because I've read it through many sources.
ये क्या बात है?
Like even if I want to start learning answer or
No, but how do you know that you have interest without reading it?
then I've gone through few chapters and the cultural aspect of it is very much interesting to me as well as the biology.
चलो चलो।
सर मैं सच्ची बताऊं तो ये सुना है कि सिलेबस सबसे कम टॉपिक्स आसान कवर करने
Same reason. Online, see, if you keep your cameras off, that is not an interaction. So each one of you, can you tell me what prompts you to go for answer? Each one of you. Navid? Shashwat? Yes, Navid. हाँ नावेद बोलो।
सिलेबस बहुत छोटा है सर।
अच्छा
और
बस
स्कोरिंग भी है, सुनने में आया है सर ऐसा।
अच्छा चलो प्रतीक
यस सर।
बोलो। नहीं बोलना।
मैं नहीं बोला था सर अभी ये।
अच्छा चलो नावेद ने क्या बोला? नहीं बोला। चलो अब बताओ, बोलो नावेद। नहीं बोलना। चलो प्रतीक। शाश्वत नहीं, I have called you for an interaction. How will we have an interaction unless either you ask me or I ask you and the other one responds?
सर स्कोरिंग है।
That's all. See, two views emerging, which are one is syllabus is small and other is it is scoring. No, as far as scoring is concerned, I have one argument. First is, if it were scoring, then everybody should take ANTHRO. Or all those who qualify should have ANTHRO as their option. Both of them don't fit in. So, if 10% of those who appear in mains, they are qualifying through ANTHRO, then 90% are there who are qualifying with subject other than ANTHRO. Then how can you prove ANTHRO is more scoring? And also with respect to, you say syllabus is short. Whatever we studied in 3 years in BSc and 1 year in MSc, that much is your syllabus. How come it is short? Now, if we start covering the syllabus the way we do in academics, we have say something around 150 hours classes each year. 150 classes and 4 hours almost per year. Means 600 hours per year. In 3 hours it will be 18 hours. And including previous also it becomes 2000. So if you finish a subject with 2000 hours, the way we do in academics, do you think it is small? Give some better logic. Talib, Ali wants to say something or not?
Yes, sir.
Why should you go for anthropology?
Sir, I know that about the syllabus and the question repetition. So the repeated uh, very much, and for me the benefit is that I have been +2 from medical, so that
नहीं यार, I can't hear properly and nobody can sitting here.
Can you please hold your mic closer to your face?
yes, sir.
Be a little louder, please.
चलो
Sir, am I
ये हैंड किसने खड़ा किया? हाँ? वाणी? Yes, Vani.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Vani, and I've been working with movies past 1.5 years. I chose anthropology because I want to prepare for UPSC along with my job. Secondly, while I was going through the syllabus, I could see that there are certain kind of practicality with the subject, something that I can understand it because I'm from a commerce background. So it will be easy for me to understand the syllabus in its entirety with my own life because they talk about family, they talk about all of the different kind of things. So that is why I thought that I would be a part of this interaction so that I can know and be clear whether this is my optional, this will be my optional subject or not.
Nobody is saying कि मैंने अक्षत की वीडियो देखी थी and I got impressed and took anthro.
I did see a bit, but I wanted to learn more about it through the interaction today because I think I had a lot of other doubts regarding the subject and also as for my schedule. So if I'll be able to chip in that and be able to keep up with the syllabus or not. So I think there were a lot of other questions as well. So that is why I wanted to be about it.
Have you seen the syllabus? No. Surprising. But gone through what? Advertisement. I'm asking that only. I'll give you in brief what is there in the syllabus. Let us say, in summary form, if we give, actually syllabus is very vague. And if you look at the length, in UPSC, the way they give the syllabus or in the syllabus booklets which are published, anthropology and botany are given side by side. And botany seems half anthropology if you measure it in terms of length. But if you have background in bio, particularly in botany, you will realize that botany is at least 3 times anthro. First is vagueness is there. Secondly, cohesion is not there, continuity is not there. If you look at the syllabus, it is the first thing is what is anthropology. Second is relationship of anthropology with other social sciences, other sciences, and third is various branches of anthropology. Without discussing various branches of anthropology, how can you relate anthropology with other sciences? Unless you know what is biological anthropology, how can you relate with biological sciences? Unless you know about social cultural, how can you relate with that? Unless you talk about prehistoric archaeology, how can you relate it with earth sciences? So right from the beginning, syllabus is like that. And why it is like that? Actually, there was a time in 1980s, in when we started in 1985. So today we completed 39 years and it is the 40th year we are starting today. So when we started in 85, hardly 300 people appeared with anthro. And in 1994, anthropology maximum aspirants had anthro as their option, more than 3,400 people. So whenever a subject it grows fast, UPSC has two ways to curtail the popularity. Either they increase the syllabus or they cut down on the average scoring. Something in between, they never revealed what they do. So in 1995, they revised the syllabus It became lengthy, but till that time, biological and thinkers, they were separate. They were not combined. Still, the popularity kept on increasing. So in 2001, they clubbed the two. Everything became a part of anthropology. There were some other topics also. I wonder even you have seen that syllabus of 2001. There was a beautiful topic, anthropology and international relations. Hmm? There was a topic, developmental anthropology. But syllabus appeared lengthy. Previously, what happened is that physical anthropology was taught by biology people, and social part was taught by sociology people. Because popularity was increasing, so every other institute they did this job. But when they devised the syllabus like that, obviously now it was not everybody's cup of tea. So everybody started uh, playing a role in unpopularizing anthropology. Every institute, literally. So much so that in 2008, I think about 220 people appeared with Anthro. That was the lowest. But in 2008, two things happened. Firstly, UPSC started their website. And second was that Eva Sahai from Allahabad, she scored third rank. Or maybe Mohanty from Hyderabad, she scored second, and next year Eva, something like that. 2001 to 2008, nobody was there in top 10. Actually, visibility is an important part in the popularity of a subject. Because visibility was not there, every other institute say, look, where is this? It is not there. But when UPSC started their website, all the technical people, your masters in technology, will visit their site, look at the results, and then think about analyzing the syllabus. Last year, more than 2,000 people appeared. And in 2008, one important thing happened, but nobody publicized. It is that 8 important topics, lengthy also, these were deleted from the syllabus of anthropology. In every other subject, the revision was there upwards. Anthro was the only subject, but nobody highlighted that. The two topics which I told you, had they been there, that would have been good for students for preparing, but in terms of length, that was a hindrance. So now the syllabus, the way it is, you can comprehend. You can score also. But if you say it is too short, it is not. Say, for example, in fossil evidence. In academics, we have more than 95 questions from that particular one topic. Here you are asked only 5 questions. So why should you prepare that much? That is why it becomes smaller. Similarly, in prehistory, again we have more than 80 questions in our academics. Here we prepare as per what UPSC expressed from you, and the syllabus becomes small. Otherwise, it is not. Science of man should be the biggest subject rather, because man keeps evolving, subject keeps evolving. But once they have put a limit on that, it is squeezed. And as far as scoring is concerned, I've been telling for the last 2 years that anthropology will not seem as scoring as it was. The reason is whenever a subject becomes more popular, non-serious candidates, they increase in numbers. Say for example, 3 years ago, about 1,000 appeared and 120 qualified, means 11.2%. Last year, more than 2,000 appeared. Do you think the number would double in successes? Instead of 120, it may become 140 or 160. So in terms of percentage, definitely result will decline. And for newcomers, the impression will go that subject is become non-scoring. That is not the case. But of course, changes do take place in UPSC. Changes do take place in the content of the institute. Like last year in January, I realized I just hit by chance that what people are doing, they are keeping the copies of 4 toppers and making their answers. Akshat is there, Apala is there, Amit Narayan is there, Sachin Gupta is there. And if everybody writes the same thing, even if it is a model answer, UPSC considers it an average answer. So we started revising, and almost 70% of the content we have already revised. To score, there are only 2 things. Either you write more than what others have done, or you write different from what others have done. More you cannot because space is restricted. Different you can. And it is the class that makes the difference. Otherwise, books will remain the same. मैं ही बोलता रहूंगा तो फिर इंटरेक्शन कैसे हुआ? Yes, sir. Ask something. I didn't get you.
जैसे एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल थियरीज है,
हाँ.
तो उसमें काफी कुछ थियरीज है, इसमें क्या पढ़ना है क्या छोड़ना है वो समझ नहीं आ रहा होता है.
क्या पढ़ना है क्या छोड़ना है? Theories में theories पढ़नी है. I didn't be specific in. See, one thing is there may say, for example, you have functionalism. You have functionalism in sociology also, you have in anthropology also. In sociology, they emphasize on Merton. In anthropology, we emphasize on Malinowski. So obviously, thought is clear cut. There you have Merton and Parsons. We don't have in anthropology. The same theme is there, but clarity of syllabus is there. Don't look at a topic from the point of view of topic. Look at from the view of the approach of the subject. बस इतनी सी बात. फोन पे पूछ लेते हैं.
Sir, I think Mohanty was asking something. Ramgyat Mohanty.
हाँ? Online, if anybody wants to ask, please raise your hand. Okay, let me ask you, which newspaper you read? Other than Hindu and Express? And if you read these 2, why should you? क्यों पढ़ते हो? Crowd behavior.
क्योंकि सर सारे लोग यही सजेस्ट करते हैं. जब मैं स्टार्टिंग में यहाँ पे आया था कि इधर हिंदू और इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, तो आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, बट आफ्टर 2-3 months आई शिफ्टेड टू हिंदू.
But you will find many more who started with Hindu but switched over to Express.
Yes sir.
So,
but sir, like I started either ways, मतलब इंडियन एक्सप्रेस से स्टार्ट करके मैं हिंदू पे शिफ्ट किया था.
explained kind of thing which is there in Hindu and Express, that is worth for UPSC. What else? Only 2 pages. And there also, at times there may be 4 articles, but only 1 may be useful to you. But you are told that editorial page, be sincere, religiously you read. There is no newspaper which is meant for UPSC. They deal with their clientage. This Delhi or Gurgaon edition of Hindu, major part is given by the Chennai edition. They send the news. So only specific things are there. Same is the case with Express also. So how do you cover up? We have on our website, our Telegram channel is there, official Vaids ICS official. There we cover 9 newspapers from English editions daily, starting with Hindu, Express, Times of India, Business Standard, Economic Times, Statesman, Tribune, Hindustan Times, एक भूल गया. And hardly out of these 9 newspapers, you hardly have 9 news every day. Generally, these are 3 or 4. but you spend 2 hours religiously, maybe more than that. Why should you? Whatever news with respect to anthropology or social issues are there, we put in our WhatsApp groups. About the WhatsApp group, Antin sir will tell you. And regarding GS mains issues, we give in the Telegram channel. We always advise that for prelims you may have any monthly Vision or Baba or Insight. And for mains, that is more than enough. In the our groups, whatever relevant is there in anthropological journals or Yojana, Kurukshetra, EPW, all those, whatever related to anthropology is there, we put in our WhatsApp groups only. But newspaper current affairs content, it is given in the Telegram official channel, and that is meant for everyone. And you don't have to read more than that. Let us say you spend 2 hours per day, and still you know the content is not enough, you'll have to read separately for GS. On the other hand, if I advise you hardly scan through 15-20 minutes, and the rest you learn from our channel. So that means you are saving 1.5 hours daily. In 1 year, how much you have saved? Any competition, particularly civil services, is a time management thing. Everybody has the same amount of time. How you utilize it best, that decides your chances of success. You ask something?
I just need to ask that shall we start answer writing from completing one topic to another, or we completing whole the syllabus, then we start answer writing of the anthropology? Is the affect the answer writing in a for a whole syllabus, or we affect a one topic complete and then we'll start answer writing? That was the topic.
क्या बोल रहे मैं समझा नहीं. Can you repeat again a bit loud?
Hello.
हाँ.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'll ask for that. Think we can start answer writing after completing a one topic, or we can start answer writing for completing the whole syllabus of anthropology. That I ask.
When we start our classes, that day only I give you questions that you will be practicing in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We keep covering the content, you keep writing the answers and get them evaluated.
Yes, sir. That's
if you start after you have finished their classes, you will take an equal amount of time to start. See, let me tell you one thing. When you have finished your course and thereafter you write, take it from me. I tell every student of your generation that I literally hate one thing in you people, that whatever you study today, you forget tomorrow. If that is the case with everybody, even if you have read whole, what is the use of doing it?
Yeah, that will is also channels for us, sir.
Then why are you asking me?
Because I'm literally confused about
Right from day one, you have to practice writing answers. See, let me tell you. Again, I have a video which nobody watches. Is coaching necessary? I said it very clearly that if you want to go for coaching, you should have clear idea about what are your expectations. Even when you go to purchase vegetables, you scan through 4, 5, 6 shops, and 8 shop you get it. But when you have to take coaching, you don't have a second thought. Why we join a coaching? We join to improve our chances of success. And how can it be? Through rigorous answer writing and evaluation. If there is an institute where there is no answer writing, and even if answer writing is there and there is no evaluation, it is your wastage of time and money. Only one question. Okay.
Can you highlight how this differs from GS? Answer writing, attempting answers in GS and ANTHRO, how they differ?
See, in GS, my advice, सर फिजिकल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी क्या था सर वो मैसेज? Physical anthropology for non-science bio students will be difficult to prepare. कौन सा है? Raji, you tell me one thing. How many of toppers you have seen who have a background in biology? Anyone? Shubham, engineer. Akshat, engineer. Shreyansh, engineer. Sachin Gupta, engineer. And second thing is there, if difficulty is not there, then why should you come here? And if in my presence also the difficulty is there, then what is the use of my presence here? Difficulties have to be there, but difficulties must not be sustained. Like I ask you people, all of you having, most of you having background in engineering, can you tell me in one sentence what is inertia? Resistance to? What is resistance? In physics and chemistry, resistance has a different meaning than layman terms. You will have to tell me firstly the motion, firstly the quantities, scalar and vector. Then you'll have to tell me motion, acceleration, velocity. Then you'll have to tell me the laws of motion. Then I can properly understand inertia. Same is the case with every technical thing. If you start raising physical anthropology, say from peanuts, you take it from me, you cannot understand a single sentence. Say, for example, physical anthropology, we start with the fossil evidence. And first sentence in fossil evidence is that Dryopithecus was a Miocene fungus. Can anybody repeat what I said? वही तो पूछ रहा हूँ, रिपीट करो. Dryopithecus was a Miocene fungus. If you do not know what is Dryopithecus, what is Miocene, what is fungid, obviously you don't feel like reading further. So that's true for every technical thing. And if you are really worried about it, we have a video on terminology of evolution and genetics. You understand that terminology and then go through the topics in any book of evolution or genetics. Fundamentals you can understand at least. So that is not an issue. Fine. With respect to, I hope most of you must be preparing for 26. कोई 25 ही है. How much you have prepared so far? What areas in GS you have covered? I'm going to ask you, be sure about. Let me tell you one thing. Even this year's results, our third ranker, she had coaching in 2020 and this was her first attempt. We always advise that unless you are thorough with the mains, never think about prelims. So, 25? Just now it was 25? You were? How much you have covered? मेरे को बताओ ना, मैं वही पूछूंगा ना, कह तो रहा हूँ. पूछो. Polity? History. Okay, anybody tell me what is history? Online, offline, anybody? Sir, there cannot be a simple question, simpler question. Huh? You have finished with history without knowing what is history. Hmm? Then what is the use? Okay, you write it and tell me. Hmm? That is not the way. I told you, see, if you belong to reserve category and government is not charging any fee for you, it does not mean that your strategy is correct. I told you without means just forget about prelims. If you appear in 25, half-hearted will be there. Firstly, either you may qualify through the prelims, second is you may not. If you qualify through the prelims, that is going to be hazardous because you are not ready with your mains, bound to fail in mains. And by the time you fail in mains, the time comes for preparation of prelims. Again, you will qualify through the prelims, again, you won't have time for mains. I'm coming to that. So you will get into a cycle and finally you will blame your luck. It is not luck, it is your strategic fault. Let us say you fail in prelims. I tell people that those who fail in prelims, they are lucky because they have 10 months with them to decide their strategy. But you will have to start preparing for mains. Let us say you are appearing in 25. Obviously, by February at least you will start preparing prelims. February, March, April, May, 4 months. That means if you fail in 26 also you are appearing in prelims. Then what were you doing in 25? And those 4 months, if you were investing in your mains preparation, you would have consolidated your mains 26. But mains 26 also you have put in risk by preparing 4 months for prelims. So unless you are thorough with your mains, never think about prelims. I always tell my students that there is no need to take more than 2 attempts. First should be your best attempt. If you are not ready, postpone your first attempt. And because it is first, some unforeseen errors would definitely be there. So another attempt. And once you have given your best, what else you can do? There may be better things to do in life. That way you will make it a habit to appear again and again. Again, should I ask quality? उससे कौन से पैसे खर्च होते हैं यार, पूछने दो. Anybody has watched those 10 videos on constitution?
Yes, sir. Half.
Half का क्या मतलब?
Meant I started watching them and I watched for a week regularly and then it.
Then got bored.
No,
That
sir, I'm working, so I got a bit of schedule.
About working people, I'll come later on. There is a series of Rajya Sabha TV, The Making of Samvidhan. And I don't know why institutes don't recommend that series. 10 videos, 55 minutes each, The Making of Samvidhan. It's very crucial. Firstly, no question of polity in mains you can attempt without background. And that is the best background. And even the director, Shyam Benegal, I don't know whether you are fond of movies or not. The greatest director has been Satyajit Ray. Shyam Benegal is the second. If you say you have done polity, and if I ask you what happened to the OBC reservation in constitutional debates, what will you tell? Or to women reservation, what will you tell if you have not seen that? Because books don't take up. So first thing is that no question on polity can be solved without background, and that is the best. Secondly, whatever our leaders have said, you can use as quotes in your essay. And thirdly, some ethical questions may be there that may improvise your ethics. So if somebody says that I have done polity, but I have not seen those videos, my comment is you have done nothing. So important that is. और कुछ पूछने का हो तो बोलो. चलो, व्हाट इज ज्योग्राफी बता दो. You finished with geography. I'm asking you a fundamental question. Anybody, not. I have just started preparing how I manage GS and optional. I'm coming to that, sir. स्टडी ऑफ लोकेशन. स्टडी ऑफ लोकेशन ये कौन सी नॉलेज है यार? सुबह से कोई नहीं मिला तुम्हें, मैं ही मिला हूँ. ऐसी डेफिनेशन किसने दी है? बस. Okay, let me tell you. You have to finish your optional also, GS also, mains before you think about prelims. If you start with your GS first, till the time you finish your GS, I doubt whether you will be able to finish or get into your optional. GS would take longer time than the optional also. And once you have finished your optional, whole time you can give to the studies. Firstly, ANTHRO you can finish in 4 months in the classes, another month while writing your answers. If some answers you are lagging behind, another month, 5 months should be good enough. If you don't want to finish ANTHRO in 5 months, then take up any other subject. If you want to devote more time. All science data coaching goes on for 14 months. Maths goes on for 10 months. But when you are doing ANTHRO and you are devoting whole time, must not take more than 5 months. The rule is before coming to a class, you will be knowing the topic, you will read it. Whatever doubts are there, subject is new, doubts bound to be there. Whatever doubts are there, you put in my personal WhatsApp number 15 minutes before the class. Let us say if class is at 9, between 8:30 and 8:40, 8:35, 8:45, you put your doubts. Most of the doubts would be discussed in the class itself. If there is something unique doubt is there, that we discuss first. I want you people to read at least twice, but at least once you have to. Then in the class, we'll have lecture, discussion, dictation, whatever the need is there. If factual is there, we just have discussion. After the class, go back and go again read what you had read and also your class notes. I told you on day 1 only, I give you a list of around the 40 questions that you have to practice and how it is done in the formation of WhatsApp groups. Antim sir will tell you. Once you finalize, once I say that this answer is okay, okay means it is at least worth 60% marks, at least. And then mark it up. And while you are writing your answer, 4 steps are suggested. Firstly, you have to write answer to your satisfaction. Obviously, it will be lengthier than what is expected of you. Second thing is, bring it into the word limit. You people are really confused about what is word limit. They don't bother about your word limit. They are not going to count. How much time you have to give to a question, that depends on your speed limit. So after this session, you go back, mug up something like 400 to 500 words and write with your full speed. On that basis, you decide your speed per minute. A 10 marker has to be written in 7 minutes, 15 marker 11 minutes, and 20 marker 15 minutes. That will decide how many words you can write. सर मेरे को तो फिनिश करने दो ना, then you ask. ठीक है? So after that, accordingly, firstly you will write to your satisfaction, and that will be lengthy. So you have to bring within your speed limit. Hold a pencil, and whatever you think is secondary, comparatively, get it evaluated. Firstly, counselor will check, and when it comes to me, finalize it. And once I say it's okay, you mark it up. I told you. Then, after you have finished with your answer, you don't have to read too much. My a quotable quote is that reading too much does not make you a bigger IAS. What UPSC requires is conceptual clarity and how to put it down. Then arguments in favor or against the concept. Thirdly, evidences in favor of your arguments. And fourth thing, any diagrammatic representation that you have, bar diagram, pie diagram, whatever diagrams you have. Obviously, you have to introduce and you have to conclude. That's all. And they don't want you to write more than 350 or 400 words. So in the book itself, let us say any heading, if it covers say 2000 words, and you have to write only 350 to 400 words, depending on your speed limit, where is the scope to read other things also? I told you it is the class that differentiates your answer. And if you require 300 words, I give you 320, 330, 340. Even you have to cut it down from there itself. So if you add more things, means some things from the class you are eliminating because the subject is new. Knowledge is not there. You may be eliminating something which is more crucial. Firstly, you are wasting on your time. Secondly, you are also compromising on your quality. I always advise you write your answer. Once I say it's okay, then compare with any topper's answer. And you will realize your answer is better. Otherwise also, if some topper scored 300 last year, and with that same preparation this year, he may not score even 280. Every year, changes take place. And once you have finished with Anthro, I told you it may take 5 months. But in Anthro, there are 5 topics where you have fossils, primates, evolution, biological evolution, genetics, and in paper 2 and paper 1 also a bit of it, archaeology, Indian archaeology and world archaeology. These are 5 topics out of which they ask you about 250 marks of questions. 200 to 250 you can say. And you have to apply your mind seriously. So we always advise that when we are taking up these topics, leave everything. Postpone everything after you are finished with this one. In other topics, you can share both GS and Anthro. Fine? So once you have finished with your anthropology, in between also I told you, you will be having time for that. I advise always that you start with geography. Geography is one subject which is not popular in whole of the country because we do not have very good teachers of geography. But geography is most crucial. And while studying geography, keep an atlas or a globe. And listening to things become easier to understand. We have 3 mediums with us. One is audiovisual. Class is there. Movie is there. It gets impressioned in your mind. Second best is audio. You get a cassette, audio cassette, listen to twice, thrice, at least you will understand. Understanding through reading is the most difficult thing and takes longer also. So watch the videos in Telegram, all videos of all the so-called experts are there. Keep a globe or a atlas and a black map. Whatever you are listening to and whatever you think is important, plot in the map and note down what for it is important, 1, 2, 3, 4. And before you go to bed, remember everything. UPSC is not interested in what you read. UPSC is interested in what is there inside you, what you can reproduce in those 3 hours. And when the chunk is big, remembering may become too much. Every day you should evaluate how much you have done. Once you have finished with geography, immediately take up environment, disaster management, internal security. All the 3 are related to geography and you can finish it fast. Climate, internal security, disaster management. Then take up economics, fundamentals of economics. Rest are related to geography. In geography, you study population, industry, agriculture, planning, resources. In economics, they call it economics. Then you are left with polity and history. Polity, of course, I told you start with that. NCRTs are basics with everything. If you are not interested, still you'll have to read. Then one is your Lakshmikant is there or Spectrum is there. Spectrum seems a bit better, comparatively more elaborate also, less more concise it is. History is really confusing because new NCRTs, they are worthless. So you have Tamil Nadu board or old NCRTs are there, and for modern India Spectrum. Everybody reads the same thing. How much you retain and how to put it in the exam, that decides the results that you will have. And of course, currents I told you, for prelims this and for mains this. Science and tech, most of you have background in science, so I don't think I need to tell you about. हाँ जी सर, आप पूछो. आंसर लिख ही नहीं पाते.
हाँ मतलब वो
इतने
प्रॉपर
ग्रेजुएट
स्ट्रक्चर
हो गए हो, बिना आंसर लिखे ग्रेजुएट हो गए.
नहीं सर,
तो ये-
यूपीएससी पर्सपेक्टिव में मैं बता रहा हूँ, वो स्ट्रक्चर उस स्ट्रक्चर में हम नहीं लिख पाते हैं, तो उसकी प्रैक्टिस
अभी तो मैंने बताया 4 चीजें चाहिए. यू नीड डेफिनेशन और कंसेप्ट, you need analysis of that, accept or reject, you need the support of your arguments, and you need how to present. ठीक है ना. बाकी तो स्विमिंग आती है, किसी को आती है? मेरे को सिखाओगे? सिखाओगे मेरे को? क्यों? हाथ नहीं मतलब तो उसके लिए पानी चाहिए ना. आंसर राइटिंग में भी यही बात है. अदरवाइज इफ आई टेल यू, यू हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस, यू हैव टू कंक्लूड, यू हैव टू डिबेट. वो तो आंसर सामने आएगा तभी तो पता लगेगा. There is no standard way for answer writing. For all the writing of all the answers. Particularly in ANTHRO, why the fluctuation in score is there? अगर आप खुद से कर रहे हैं, you have a part social anthropology, you have a part cultural anthropology, you have a part physical anthropology, you have a part Indian anthropology, and you have a part tribal India. And all the 5 have different approaches to write answers. ठीक है ना, कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं होता ना उसमें. Anybody else? क्या है? I am in final year of engineering, which will end by. आखिर में समझ नहीं आया. And by June, only after which can join classes in Delhi. So see, one thing is there, like Akshat, when he was in 4th year, he well prepared general studies. कुछ नहीं किया उसने. अगर लोग 4th year में एंजॉय करते हैं, they used to go out and I would lock my room and I prepare notes for GS. But 4th year के बाद he appeared in prelims and he failed by 2 marks. And this is what he said कि I was lucky that I failed. अगर मैं पास हो जाता तो फिर वो साइकिल में फंस जाता. So if you have time in your 4th year, try to consolidate your GS as much as you can. ठीक है. But as I told you, things take time. Competition is becoming harder. Don't think कि भैया मैं रात में सोऊं और सुबह में IAS बन जाऊं. Never develop that kind of thoughts. Ordinarily, it's taking 14 to 18 months to prepare. कोई स्पेशल अगर लक लेके आए हो तो इट्स डिफरेंट मैटर. So that much is the time which required to prepare. So accordingly you should, and keep your cool, and you people will have to prepare also for your English. Doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, very atrocious language you have. उसको भी टाइम देना पड़ेगा. Sir, we start batches every alternate months. We are having on April, June, August, October, that way. ठीक है? Anything else? नहीं? तो अंतिम सर को बुलाओ. Antim sir will tell you the mechanism, how we proceed and how groups are formed, how the things are evaluated. And otherwise, most of the times I'm free from 11:30 to 1:30. So you can discuss anything and you want to discuss with me. And whether you are my student or not, hardly matters. If I'm free, you can. Okay? But never ask me, if you are not my student, don't bring in the question के evaluate करना है करके, वो नहीं होगा. क्योंकि अपने स्टूडेंट्स के अलावा वैसे ही मुझे दिन भर में टाइम ही नहीं मिलता, सारा दिन उसी में लग जाता है. Sir, what do you expect from us while proceeding with anthropology? One thing very simple, you must read at least once, preferably twice before coming to the class. Put all your doubts in my WhatsApp and be honest to yourself. After you go back, read again, also read your class notes and write one answer honestly. No need to look at n number of sources. You don't have to be expert, you don't have to be an anthropologist. If you are thinking about more content, then more of from the class content you will have to eliminate, and that will result in more suffering. Done? Chalo, Antim sir. Thank you, all of you. God bless you all.
Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, first, let me brief you about the upcoming batch, and then any queries that you have, I'll take them. So the batch is starting from June 20, and the timing for the batch will be 9 to 11:30 morning. Okay, the classes will be 3 to 4 days a week, and the schedule will be told to you in the class itself. Tentative schedule will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but depending on the need, we will have 4 or 5 classes also during the week. The course duration is 4 months, and the course includes everything, all the support till you qualify. It means it includes support for answer writing, test series, and this support will continue even after the 4-month period is over. And when we join, when you join us, you join the family. So you have the option to repeat your classes also if you feel the need. Again, no separate charges there for that. And God forbid your target year you don't make it and you want to repeat the test series again next year, you can do that also. Again, no fee for that. Okay. So coming to fee for offline batch, the fee is 50,000 plus taxes, and that 18% GST. And for online, it's 40,000 plus GST. Okay. And those of you who have joined our seminar today have the option to join June batch from today itself. For others, we will have admission starting from June 1st only, as stated on the website. Those who have registered for the seminar will be receiving a separate link from our end through email or WhatsApp, where you can go and register yourself and complete the formalities for the batch. Okay. And regarding the online classes, they are conducted on our app. We have an app for iOS and Android, and that works on mobile and tablet devices. Okay. The classes that are conducted are live and interactive, the same way we are having a seminar. This way, the interactive classes are there, and the classes are live. In case you have any network issue and you are end up missing parts of classes, then on Sunday we have replay of all the classes of the week. Same way you have a replay of your cricket match. उसी तरह से replay is done on the app itself. The app is not available for laptops or Macs, PCs, and we have knowingly restricted this to prevent piracy. Then, regarding study material, we recently only with April batch went on for a major revision in the study material, and for online people will courier it without any additional charges. Offline people obviously can collect. The material is there, including printed notes. Plus, there are 4 books that are out of print and are needed for your preparation. So, photocopy of that are provided, along with a few of toppers notes and a bunch of case studies. All that will be there. Then, answer writing. Okay, so answer writing is a big question always in people's mind. So how we do answer writing is we divide you into a group of depending on the number 5 to 10 people each. In that group, you will first review the answer internally and come up with the best version. After that, your group will be assigned a mentor who will go through the answer and make sure that it is at a basic level of maturity so that the answer can be shown to sir. And once you get an okay from the mentor, you can get your answers evaluated from sir, Vaid sir himself. Okay. So this is the process. This process helps you, rewriting of the answer, many iterations that helps you then and there memorize the content. So knowingly, some pedagogy is set up, and we try to follow that by the word. कुछ लोग people do try to say कि हम direct sir को दिखा लेंगे, and some people are reluctant also, and they do. But what happens is that sir has a very strict policy of evaluating answers. So if the answer is not some level of maturity, like no, in your graduation you get fond of using short forms, acronyms, like according ACC you write, between B/W you write. Such things are not acceptable in UPSC exam, and neither will sir accept. So that is why we advise you to go through this process. The answer writing process is designed in a way that the first answer, the very first answer, definition of marriage, will be almost dictated to you. And slowly you'll be able to write the answers on your own. The dictation part will reduce, your content creation will start. Okay. Now, do offline students get access to online? Yes, now they do. But if you are making a habit out of it, then we may have to switch you to online only. एक दो बार sometime you have any emergency, you are welcome to attend online, but please don't make a habit out of it. Okay. So those of you who have joined us on the seminar, you will be receiving a link by today EOD for the registration of the upcoming batch, and those of you who end up who are watching us on YouTube later, the admissions are starting from 1st of June. Okay. I'll be sharing my personal number with you. So if you have any queries, you can contact me. My name is Antim Naresh, and please feel free to call me or drop a text on WhatsApp. Please don't send SMS or email यार. वहाँ बहुत बल्क रहता है and sometimes things get ignored. Okay. So this was the brief that I had to give you. Now, please, any questions that you have, you may ask. None? Okay. In that case, again, what's this?
I just wanted to clarify one thing
Well-
that we discussed. So you'll be giving, so since I'll be a part of the online course and I'm working, so I might just miss a few classes. So you'll be uploading them on Sundays, right?
They will be available as a replay on Sunday.
Okay.
It will not be uploaded there. It will be available as a. ठीक है ना?
Okay.
Mention specifically cricket match आगे पीछे नहीं होता ना replay जब होता है.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a working professional?
Yeah.
I think we talked on phone as well.
Yeah.
Sure. ठीक है. So this is pretty much from my side then. You will get the link for admission on WhatsApp itself. And any queries you may have, you can always call me up. Now, we have Megha ma'am over here who will brief you about the course on social issues and social governance. So,
Thank you.
Hello students, you must be familiar with the fact that यहाँ पे in addition to anthropology, GS1 and GS2 का जो sociology वाला part है ना, even that is taught. That is because it overlaps strongly with anthropology and you should cover it with anthropology. ठीक है? क्योंकि anthro का जो paper 2 है वो sociology से बहुत strong overlap करता है, right? So that part I teach here. Now let me tell you first about GS1. You all know GS1 paper के 3 parts होते हैं, history, geography and sociology. Sociology का part उसको कहते हैं Indian society GS1 में. GS2 में भी you have 3 parts. First part is constitution, वो political science का part होता है. Second part is again social justice and governance, that is sociology part. And third part is IR, international relations, वो political science का होता है. तो 1/3 of GS1 and 1/3 of GS2, यानी कि 75 marks वहां, 75 marks to 80 marks इधर, 150 marks आपका sociology आता है GS1 and 2 में. And sociology and anthropology are sister disciplines, जिसे कहते हैं ना भाई बहन. Okay, so with anthro we recommend that you cover the GS part also, because उसमें क्या होगा कि आपका GS काफी strong हो जाएगा. Anthro के आप inputs GS में डालोगे और GS के जो sociology के inputs हैं वो जाएंगे आपके anthro में. ठीक है? So 650 marks you can study here. मतलब 500 marks तो आपका anthro optional हो गया and 150 marks GS, and because it is given like almost मतलब free, because it's given like a package like that. ठीक है? So instead of 500 marks, the institute is giving you 650 marks. Fine. So that you can join, you should join with Anthro. And you can check my reviews. I'm Dr. Megha Channa. आप Vaids ICS reviews पे जाके ना जरा एक बार मेरे reviews देख लेना. So all students have given me 5 stars, 4 stars, and have very positive reviews. Okay, because the part that I teach will also help you crack the essay and interview. क्योंकि यही सारे concepts आपको social justice के, poverty के, hunger के questions, ग्लोबलाइजेशन, अर्बनाइजेशन जो टॉपिक्स मैं पढ़ाती हूँ, चिल्ड्रंस वेलफेयर, चाइल्ड नेशनल चाइल्ड पॉलिसी, विमेन पॉलिसी, ये सारा पार्ट आपको इंटरव्यू में आएगा. एंड इन योर एसे ऑल्सो यू कैन अप्लाई दिस. फाइन, दैट बिकॉज यू हैव टू राइट अबाउट इन एसेज अबाउट पॉवर्टी, अबाउट हंगर, चाहे ऐसे का टॉपिक कुछ भी आ जाए. एक आया था कि रिफेयर द रूफ व्हाइल द सन इज शाइनिंग, कुछ इस तरह का आया था. अब आप सोचो कि इसमें पॉवर्टी कहाँ से आ गई या क्या आ गया. See, बेटा ये इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का essay नहीं है. It's a UPSC essay where you have to discuss the social issues of the country in the essay, right? तो वो टॉपिक ऐसा ऑब्ट्यूज सा दिया जाता है, पर जो आपको उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन लिखना है ना, वो आपको लिटरेरी इंटरप्रिटेशन नहीं लिखना है, वो आपको उसका सोशल इंटरप्रिटेशन लिखना है. यू गॉट इट? सो दैट सोशल इंटरप्रिटेशन फॉर द एसे यू विल गेट विद मी हियर. थिंग्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, सोशियोलॉजी. ठीक है. सो लेट मी गो ओवर द सिलेबस फर्स्ट. मैं एक बार आपको सिलेबस दिखा देती हूँ क्या है सिलेबस में. थोड़ा सा ये दिख रहा है सबको? सो दिस हैज माय नेम इन इट. ओके. And my WhatsApp number. Anybody wants to contact me on WhatsApp, any questions वगैरह, feel free to WhatsApp me. This is also the UPI number. I have a PhD from Delhi University, Faculty of Management Studies, and I have a MA Sociology from Delhi School of Economics. I was the gold medalist there. Okay. So now we come to the syllabus. So you get the solved previous year's question papers along with 200 pages of study material. तो सारा जीएस का जो सोशियोलॉजी का स्टडी मटेरियल है 200 पेजेस का, वो आपको मिलता है. स्टडी मटेरियल पूरा मिल जाता है. अब ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, सेलिएंट फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियन सोसाइटी, डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ इंडिया, जब आप सिलेबस देखोगे तो वो सिर्फ आपको इतना बताएगा. इसके जो सब टॉपिक्स है ना, ये डिटेल में मैं कराती हूँ, जो कि मोस्टली कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स इतने डिटेल में नहीं कराते. इफ यू रीड माई रिव्यूज, माई स्टूडेंट्स विल से कि जितना डिटेल में मैम कराती हैं कोई नहीं कराता. Even my students have taken parallel coaching in vision, दृष्टि, जीएस की कोचिंग कोई, तो वो सब आके कहते हैं नहीं मैम वहां पे ऐसे नहीं पढ़ाया जाता जैसे आप पढ़ा रहे हो. ठीक है. और मेरे से अगर आप GS1 की ले लो तो हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी आप अपने आप कर लेना. GS1 की कोचिंग लेने की आपको जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज हिस्ट्री एंड ज्योग्राफी इज जस्ट मेमोराइजेशन. सिंपल होता है हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी, आपको सिर्फ घर पे बैठे बैठे उसको रटना है. उसके लिए आपको कोचिंग की जरूरत नहीं है. हिस्ट्री जो, डोंट वेस्ट योर मनी कोचिंग हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी. हिस्ट्री में कोचिंग की क्या जरूरत है? वो आपको लर्न ही तो करना है, मेमोराइज ही तो करना है. घर पे बैठे बैठे करते रहो. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम, यू नो. सो वी कवर, ये एंथ्रो के सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, ये पेपर 2 में आते हैं. कल्चर, सोसाइटी, सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म, प्लूरलिज्म, सोर्सेज ऑफ प्लूरलिज्म, डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ कास्ट, जाति, वर्ण, लिंग्विस्टिक डाइवर्सिटी, लिंग्विस्टिक रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ स्टेट्स, रिलीजियस डाइवर्सिटी, डिवर्सिटी. इस पे क्वेश्चन आ चुका है 2018 में, डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ सेक्स. इन्हीं पे ही क्वेश्चन आते हैं. लास्ट ईयर वर्णा सिस्टम पे क्वेश्चन आया था, that how does it differ from Vedic times to modern times? You know, how does Vedic religion and society differ from the modern society? तो वहां पे आपको वर्ण सिस्टम का लिखना है. ठीक है. कास्ट के बारे में लिखना है. ठीक है. ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस जो सारे के सारे आपके GS1 के क्वेश्चंस है ना, वो इस पे बेस्ड होते हैं. देन यू हैव क्वेश्चंस ऑन वुमेन, फेमिनिज्म. ऐसे आ चुका है फेमिनिज्म इज फॉर एवरीवन. एक ऐसे आ चुका है द हैंड दैट रॉक्स द क्रेडल रूल्स द वर्ल्ड, अगेन अबाउट फेमिनिज्म ओनली. So we go in detail about feminism, patriarchy, crimes against women, acts and amendments, women inclusive growth and development. जितना भी इसका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पार्ट है आई विल टीच. जितने भी लॉज रिलेटेड टू वुमेन है, क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन है, दैट पार्ट आई विल कवर. ओके. ऑल द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पार्ट्स आई विल कवर विच आर रिलेटेड टू दीज टॉपिक्स. देन डेमोग्राफी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. पॉपुलेशन स्टडीज फॉर प्रीलिम्स एज वेल एज मेन्स. तो पूरा का पूरा आपका डेमोग्राफी, स्टेट वाइज डेमोग्राफिक फैक्ट्स, what is demographic dividend, what is labor force participation rate versus unemployment, ये सारा आपका डेमोग्राफी भी कवर्ड है. ओके. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स. माइग्रेशन इज कवर्ड. माइग्रेशन पे क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. एग्जामिन द ट्रेंड्स इन माइग्रेशन सिंस इंडिपेंडेंस, यू नो. सो यू हैव टू डू इट फेज वाइज कि क्या क्या मेजर ट्रेंड्स थे माइग्रेशन में इन विद इन द कंट्री एंड आउटसाइड द कंट्री. कैसे कैसे वेव्स में लोग माइग्रेट किए हैं. जैसे 1970s में जब गल्फ कंट्रीज में ऑयल बहुत निकला था, तो waves of population went from Kerala and South India to work in the Gulf, like that. फिर वो अमेरिका में माइग्रेशन हुआ, वो Y2K, you know, year 2000 के आसपास, ये वो Y2K का आया था. So migration to foreign countries is also there. Very very important issue जो दोनों में आता है, GS1 में भी and GS2 में, that is poverty. Poverty and hunger GS2 के सिलेबस में भी है and poverty GS1 में भी है. 3 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, around 45 marks from poverty 1 and 2 मिला के. So you have the criteria of poverty measurement, causes of poverty in India, UNDP's Human Development Index, progress on poverty, government schemes क्या हैं to alleviate poverty, farmer suicides, etc. What are the causes for farmer suicides? Now, the thing is कि आप farmer suicide में आपको पूछूंगी कि क्या causes हैं. Mostly students जाके ये लिखाएंगे कि भी poverty है, गरीबी है, तो farmer suicide कर लेते हैं. But you will be surprised to know कि जिन states में, जो सबसे गरीब स्टेट्स हैं, उनमें सुसाइड रेट सबसे ज्यादा नहीं है फार्मर्स का. सो देयर आर अदर कॉजेज, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल बिहार इज अ पुअर स्टेट, या झारखंड इज अ पुअर स्टेट, छत्तीसगढ़ इज अ पुअर स्टेट, बट द रेट ऑफ फार्मर सुसाइड्स इज नॉट द हाईएस्ट इन दिस स्टेट. देयर इज ऑब्वियसली, दैट मीन्स सम अदर रीजंस. द हाईएस्ट रेट इज इन द डेक्कन प्लेटो, योर विदर्भ रीजन, योर महाराष्ट्र, तेलंगाना एंड दैट रीजन, यू नो, कर्नाटका. सो व्हाई इज इट सो हाई देयर, यू नो. ऐसी क्या फैक्टर्स है वहां पे, एंड दोज आर द रिचर स्टेट्स ऑफ द कंट्री. Maharashtra is a fairly rich state. Karnataka is a fairly rich state. वहां जा फार्मर्स ज्यादा सुसाइड करते हैं, बिहार में नहीं करते। तो अगर आप सिंपल सा आंसर लिखा हो बिकॉज दे आर पॉवर्टी एंड डेट रिडन एंड ये वो, तो वो आंसर गलत हो जाएगा आपका, राइट? सो बाय द वे यूपीएससी मार्किंग इज डन अकॉर्डिंग टू द कीवर्ड स्कीम। आई गिव यू द करेक्ट सोशियोलॉजिकल कीवर्ड्स। अभी हम लोग थोड़ा सा 5-10 मिनट्स पावरपॉइंट स्लाइड्स भी देखेंगे ऑन हाउ टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस। देन यू आई कवर अर्बनाइजेशन, इम्पैक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन एक्सेट्रा। ये आप सिलेबस बाकी अपना देख लेना। सर वो अब पावरपॉइंट लगा दीजिए, ठीक है? एंड गवर्नेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नॉर्मली ई गवर्नेंस पे क्वेश्चन आता है, ठीक है? सारा आपका गवर्नेंस कवर्ड है, सोशल जस्टिस कवर्ड है, दैट इज हेल्थ सेक्टर, एजुकेशन सेक्टर एंड ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज। लास्ट ईयर ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज के 2 क्वेश्चन आए 30 मार्क्स इन GS2। ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज सिर्फ, हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन पे नहीं आया लास्ट ईयर। सो यू नेवर नो कहां से क्वेश्चन आ जाए। ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स छोड़ जाते थे, ये सोचते थे कि नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या है ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज। अच्छा, and I teach module wise. So each class, one module, one part of the syllabus is covered. Then the next class, the next module will be covered. Okay. So ये सर ने कहाँ से लगा दिया है? We go right to the back. So I'll just give you how I teach, you know, because my teaching style is through PowerPoint slides and through PDF. All the material is given to you. PowerPoint का आपको आ जाएगा. Like basically what I do with my students, we form the WhatsApp group. उस पे ये PowerPoint slides आ जाती हैं, जिसको print लेना है ले लो। PDF में मटेरियल आ जाता है सारा जो लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है? सो सेमिनार, ओके, GS1, GS2. देन आई वांट टू टेल यू द टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट आर आस्क्ड इन GS1, GS2. GS1 में ना जो हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी के क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, दे आर बेस्ड ऑन मेमोराइजेशन एंड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ फैक्ट्स। जैसे कि थ्रो अ लाइट ऑन द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ थॉट्स ऑफ महात्मा गांधी, या व्हाट इज इंडियन रीजनल नेविगेशनल सैटेलाइट सिस्टम, ये ज्योग्राफी का क्वेश्चन है। Define mantle plume, explain its role in plate tectonics, ठीक है? Assess the importance of the accounts of Chinese and Arab travelers in the reconstruction of the history of India. ये questions होते हैं simple memory based। ये जो prelims के लिए आप लोग बैठ के memorize करते हो ना, ये उसी से निकल जाएंगे आपके questions, ठीक है? इसमें आपको कुछ अलग से critical thinking नहीं करनी, कुछ सोचना नहीं। You don't have to construct an argument. इट इज वेरी सिंपल। अब जिसने मेंटल प्लूम रोल इन, वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, थोड़ी सी भी ज्योग्राफी पढ़ी होगी, 12th की भी 10th की भी पढ़ी होगी, उसको आएगा, ठीक है? Then you have the conceptual and critical thinking questions. These questions are the ones which are asked in interview also. These challenge your on the spot thinking, जिसे कहते हैं ना, उसी वक्त आप क्या सोच के लिख पाते हो, और उसके लिए आपको नॉलेज बेस बहुत वास्ट चाहिए होता है, राइट? सो इंडियन सोसाइटी के जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं वो क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग वाले आते हैं। दे आर बेस्ड ऑन कॉन्सेप्ट्स, थ्योरीज, रीजनिंग, इंटरलिंकेजेस एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ 4 थिंग्स। कौन सी 4 चीजें? ये एंथ्रो में भी आप कवर करोगे। सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, सोशल प्रोसेसेस, सोशल ग्रुप्स एंड सोशल थ्योरीज। एंथ्रो में आप लोग शुरू करोगे वो फैमिली, मैरिज, किनशिप, वहां से पेपर 2, राइट? So I will also cover that, but I will cover it from a GS point of view. GS में applied questions आते हैं, एंथ्रो में ज्यादा theoretical questions आते हैं, GS में उसी का application पूछ लेते हैं। एक तरह से GS ज्यादा मुश्किल है एंथ्रो से, एक तरह से। एंथ्रो में ठीक है, syllabus is very heavy, and sir बहुत thoroughly question answer writing कराते हैं, answer sheets evaluate करते हैं। Anthro students of our institute do extremely well. You know, know the All India 3rd rank 35, मतलब हर साल ही top 30-40 में यहाँ के काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं who have taken एंथ्रो ऑप्शनल। बट एंथ्रो के साथ साथ टू सक्सीड ओवरऑल, GS, इंटरव्यू, ऐसे सारा ही स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए ना। अगर आप एंथ्रो में 300+ 350 भी स्कोर कर लो, बट आप ऐसे सही से नहीं लिख पाओ, इंटरव्यू में सही से नहीं स्कोर कर पाओ, GS में नहीं स्कोर कर पाओ, तो इट, यू नो, जस्ट डूइंग वेरी वेल इन एंथ्रो विल नॉट see you through. It is important, but GS, this part is also very important. You have social processes like, ये आपके syllabus में है, globalization, urbanization, poverty, pluralism, unity and diversity, tolerance, syncretism, etc. ये सारे syllabus के हैं. Social groups, women, दलित यानी कि जो scheduled caste, elderly, children, poor, इन पे questions आते हैं. Women पे हर साल question आता है, दलित्स पे आता है, the various Dalit movements in the country, इस टाइप के आते हैं. Elderly, you know, what impact does urbanization have on the elderly population? इस तरह के questions आते हैं GS में, applied questions, जो वहीं आपको सोचने पड़ते हैं. तो वो क्रॉस लिंकेजेस जो है ना, उनको बनाने के लिए, और फिर सोशल थ्योरीज आती हैं, कम्युनलिज्म, सेक्युलरिज्म, मार्क्सिज्म एंड लिंकेजेस. तो सबसे पहले आपको ना क्वेश्चन जैसे ही आप देखोगे, आपको सबसे पहले ये क्लिक करना चाहिए, आपको डिसाइफर होना चाहिए दैट व्हाट इज द की कॉन्सेप्ट, the social institution, the social strata, and the social process the question is about. Unless you are able to analytically deconstruct it, द क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ, आप आंसर सही से कीवर्ड्स नहीं कैप्चर कर पाओगे. ओके, सो फर्स्ट इज यू नीड टू एनालिटिकली डीकंस्ट्रक्ट. सो debate the issue of whether and how contemporary movements for the assertion of Dalit identity work towards the annihilation of caste. ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा. ठीक है, अब इसमें आपको समझना है सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशन कौन सी पूछी गई है, कास्ट. सोशल स्ट्राटा कौन सा पूछा गया है, दलित. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस टेक्निकली, सोशियोलॉजिकली. अगर आप में से कुछ इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स हैं, साइंस स्टूडेंट्स हैं, तो आप सोशल साइंसेस को समझते होगे कि कुछ भी फट्टे मार के आ जाओ, कुछ भी लिखाओ, मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे, because these are also technical questions. They also have their technical definitions. Caste की एक technical definition होती है, social strata, social institution की definitions होती हैं जो आपको वैसे ही लिख के आनी है, नहीं तो कीवर्ड में आप स्कोर नहीं कर पाओगे, वो आपकी रॉन्ग हो जाएगी. फाइन. सो देन यू हैव a question on poverty. कैसा क्वेश्चन आता है पॉवर्टी पे, देखो. The incidence and intensity of poverty are most important in determining poverty rather than poverty alone. In this context, analyze the latest United Nations multidimensional poverty index. अब इसमें इसने क्या पूछ लिया, सोशल प्रोसेस पॉवर्टी पे क्वेश्चन है. यू हैव टू नो दैट पॉवर्टी जो नापने का जो तरीका होता है ना, वो इनकम नहीं होता है. यू विल बी सरप्राइज टू नो. तुम लोग से अगर मैं पूछूं जिनको नहीं पता, आपको कैसे पता कोई पुअर है, मैडम वो कम पैसे कमाता है तो वो पुअर है. बट नो, दैट इज नॉट द क्राइटेरिया फॉर पॉवर्टी मेजरमेंट. हाउ मच अ पर्सन इज अर्निंग इज नॉट द क्राइटेरिया. सो यू विल बी सरप्राइज टू नो दैट द क्राइटेरिया इज डिफरेंट. ये है इंसिडेंस एंड इंटेंसिटी ऑफ पॉवर्टी, नॉट पॉवर्टी अलोन. पॉवर्टी अलोन मतलब इनकम अलोन. ठीक है. सो यू, दीज आर द थिंग्स जो कि एज यू नो फ्रॉम नॉन सोशल साइंस बैकग्राउंड स्टूडेंट्स डोंट नो, एंड वो जाके जीएस में बिल्कुल ही गलत आंसर्स लिख के आ जाते हैं. आपने देखा होगा टॉपर्स के भी 50-55% आ रहे हैं जीएस में. व्हाई इज स्कोरिंग सो पुअर इन जीएस, यू नो, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि उन्हें जाके लिखना क्या है. एग्जामिनर वांट्स टू गिव यू मार्क्स, आप कीवर्ड्स तो कैप्चर करो, आपको जीएस में भी 70-80% मार्क्स आएंगे आपके. बट यू हैव टू राइट करेक्ट आंसर्स. यू हैव टू फर्स्ट इंटरप्रेट द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली based on the technical definitions in sociology. Okay, then you have how is the Indian concept of secularism different from the, ये बहुत ही क्लासिकल क्वेश्चन है, 2 बार तो ये आ चुका है 13 and 18 में. और सोशियोलॉजी में हमें एड नॉजम ये कराया जाता है कि हम जो सेक्युलरिज्म, आजकल इलेक्शंस चल रहे हैं, सेक्युलरिज्म पे काफी चर्चा चल रही है, तो हाउ इज आवर इंडियन कॉन्सेप्ट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट, राइट. देन मैंने बोला था सेक्ट पे क्वेश्चन, अच्छा 22 में आया, 18 में नहीं. एनालाइज द सेलियंस ऑफ सेक्ट इन इंडियन सोसाइटी vis-a-vis कास्ट, रीजन एंड रिलीजन. इसमें एग्जामिनर ने मतलब 3 बर्ड्स को किल कर दिया एक स्टोन के साथ, मतलब एक तीर मारा और 3 लपेटे में ले लिए. 3 सेक्ट भी पता होना चाहिए, कास्ट भी पता होना चाहिए, रिलीजन भी पता होना चाहिए. ये तीनों थरली आपको नहीं पता होंगे, क्वेश्चन नहीं आंसर कर पाओगे. देखो कितना मुश्किल क्वेश्चन है. व्हाट इज द सेलियंस ऑफ सेक्ट vis-a-vis कास्ट, रीजन एंड रिलीजन, मतलब उनके कंपैरिजन में. सो व्हेन यू सी द फिर सिटीजन अमेंडमेंटशिप एक्ट, रोज आजकल न्यूज में आ रहा है सीए, इसके प्रोज एंड कॉन्स क्या है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल क्या प्रोविजंस हैं सीए के, 370 आर्टिकल 370. देन एम्पावरिंग वुमेन इज द की टू कंट्रोलिंग पॉपुलेशन ग्रुप, इसमें डेमोग्राफिक और वुमेन का लिंकेज कर दिया है. हमेशा क्रॉस लिंकेजेस के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, जीएस के क्वेश्चंस काफी मुश्किल होते हैं. इसीलिए लॉट ऑफ पीपल स्कोर 300+ इन एंथ्रो, बट वेरी फ्यू पीपल इवन स्कोर 50% मार्क्स इन जीएस. मतलब आधे भी नहीं आते मार्क्स. इवन बिल्कुल ऑल इंडिया टॉपर्स के भी 50-55% मार्क्स आ रहे हैं जीएस में. सो लेट्स सी, आई विल जस्ट सॉल्व वन क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, जस्ट टेक 5 minutes मोर ऑफ योर टाइम. बाकी ये स्लाइड्स सर आपको भेज देंगे, संतोष सर. एंड जो ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स हैं, आपने मेरा नंबर अगर नोट कर लिया है तो यू कैन जस्ट कॉन्टैक्ट मी एंड आई विल सेंड यू द स्लाइड्स एंड द सिलेबस. ओके, सो वो व्हाट्सएप पे वैसे शेयर कर देंगे. एक बार मैं दोबारा अपना वो दिखा दूंगी नंबर, ठीक है. नाउ ये वाला है कि पॉवर्टी कैसे. So first we say that income alone does not reflect the incidence and intensity of poverty, except in the cases of absolute poverty, जिसे कहते हैं चरम गरीबी. So UN की जो गाइडलाइंस हैं वर्ल्ड बैंक की, वो कहता है कि any person earning $2.15 per day, purchasing power parity of 2017. Once you join, if you join the classes, you will understand what is PPP, purchasing power parity. थोड़ा सा इकोनॉमिक्स का कॉन्सेप्ट है, अभी I can't explain. So they say कि except for extreme poverty, it is not income is not a criteria used to determine poverty. So UNDP's MPI, multiple dimensional poverty index, shows how people experience poverty in different aspects in their daily lives, from access to education and health to living standards such as housing, drinking water, sanitation, and electricity. Okay, so MPI can be pictured as a stack of towers. Okay, of interlinked deprivations. Fine. So ये आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ऑक्सफोर्ड ने डेवलप कैसे, इस तरह से आपको आंसर लिखना है। ये मैं आपको स्लाइड्स भेज दूंगी तो कम से कम ये एक आंसर आपके पास, एक दो आंसर्स हो जाएंगे। पहले तो आपको बताना है कि द एमपीआई वाज डेवलप्ड इन 2010 बाय ऑक्सफोर्ड पॉवर्टी एंड ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इनिशिएटिव एंड यूएनडीपी, राइट। और इसमें अमर्त्य सेन, द फेमस इकोनॉमिस्ट, वाज वन ऑफ द की पीपल हु वाज इंस्ट्रूमेंटल इन डेवलपिंग दिस। इट टेक्स इनटू अकाउंट हेल्थ, एजुकेशन एंड स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग indicators to determine the incidence and intensity of poverty. ये इसका ग्राफ है. In GS you have to make your charts, you have to make the graphs. Okay, so this shows health, education, इनके क्या क्या parameters and nutrition, child mortality, girls in schooling, school attendance, cooking, fuel, sanitation, drinking water, etc. ठीक है. So then you have to see that multidimensional poverty India में अभी कितनी है, as and then Niti Aayog of India has adopted this UN criteria. ठीक है, United Nations multidimensional poverty index. They are saying that poverty is a living experience which has multi dimensions, not just income. तो उसमें आपका एजुकेशन आ जाता है, हेल्थ आ जाता है, सैनिटेशन आ जाता है, आपको साफ पानी मिल रहा है कि नहीं, बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं कि नहीं, you know, those are the things. So you see that India has progressed significantly. Still 1 out of every 7 Indians continues to live in poverty. ये statistics आपको अपडेट करने हैं as per when you are taking the exam. It can change. ठीक है, सो ये आपको आई विल गिव यू ऑल द स्टैटिस्टिक्स, करंट स्टैटिस्टिक्स, सारे स्टैट्स मिलेंगे, बट वो इस ईयर के होंगे या लास्ट ईयर के होंगे. आपको उसको अपडेट करना है टू नेक्स्ट ईयर व्हेन यू आर गिविंग द एग्जाम. अ वेरी डिसेप्टिव क्वेश्चन आई वुड से. दिस क्वेश्चन कैन डिसीव स्टूडेंट्स. Child cuddling is increasingly being replaced by mobile phones. Discussed his impact on socialization of children. और ये कब आया? Last year आया. This is last year's 23 question. Now all of you will go and write some general answer, right? पर ये सोशियोलॉजी का क्वेश्चन है. कैसे पता चल रहा है? एक वर्ड से, सोशलाइजेशन. सोशलाइजेशन इज अ की कॉन्सेप्ट इन सोशियोलॉजी. इसकी आपको डेफिनेशन देनी है, आपको इस तरह से डिकंस्ट्रक्ट करना है. बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशन कौन सी है इसमें? फैमिली. सोशल ग्रुप कौन सा है? चिल्ड्रन. सोशल थ्योरी, सोशलाइजेशन. एजेंसी ऑफ चेंज और सोशल प्रोसेस, इसमें आपको मॉडर्नाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन का लिखना है. टेक्नोलॉजी, मीडिएटर, मोबाइल फोन्स. इस तरह से जब आप आंसर के कीवर्ड्स कैप्चर करोगे तो आपको फिर मार्क्स मिलेंगे. सो यू हैव टू फर्स्ट डिफाइन व्हाट आर सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस. यू हैव टू से व्हाट आर टाइप्स ऑफ. अभी मैं नहीं सारा करा सकती, बट या इफ यू जॉइन, एंड दिस विल आल्सो बी कवर्ड समवॉट इन एंथ्रो आल्सो. ठीक है. एंड देन व्हाट इज सोशलाइजेशन? टेक्निकली सोशलाइजेशन इज द प्रोसेस. ये टर्नर की आपको डेफिनेशन यूज करनी है. कई जगह पे आपको रेफरेंसेस यूज करने हैं, जहां पे करने हैं मैंने दिए हुए हैं. सो सोशलाइजेशन इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ इंटरनलाइजिंग द नॉर्म्स, वैल्यूज, बिलीव्स एंड बिहेवियर्स ऑफ the society in which you are born. So norms, values, beliefs and behaviors, वो जो आप लर्न करोगे उसको कहते हैं सोशलाइजेशन. सो ये डेफिनेशन हो गई. ठीक है. फिर आपको इस तरह से ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है. ठीक है, ये मैं आपको भेज दूंगी, यू नो, हाउ टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस. फाइन. सो व्हाट यू सी इज दैट यहाँ पे आपको इस तरह के वर्ड्स यूज करने हैं. कंज्यूमरिज्म ड्यू टू रैपिड ग्लोबलाइजेशन इज चेंजिंग द नॉर्मेटिव फाउंडेशंस ऑफ फैमिली लाइफ. चिल्ड्रन, यहाँ पे नॉर्मेटिव वर्ड, आपको नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज वर्ड यूज करना है. ऐसे ऐसे आपको 1 मार्क मिलता जाएगा. इफ यू डिफाइन सोशलाइजेशन, जैसे 10 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है, 1 मार्क फॉर डेफिनेशन, 1 मार्क फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आर, रिफ्लेक्टिंग अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ व्हाट आर नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज. देन 1 मार्क फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट, यू नो, कंज्यूमरिज्म क्या होता है, हाउ मटीरियल एस्पिरेशंस आर रिप्लेसिंग, हाउ द कंज्यूमर कल्चर इज रिप्लेसिंग द ट्रेडिशनल प्रोसेस ऑफ सोशलाइजेशन वेयर यू लर्न द नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज फ्रॉम योर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स. अब आप उनको मोबाइल फोन से सीखते हो, है ना, और जितना मोबाइल फोन से चिपकते हो और उतना आप फैमिली से डिटैच होते जाते हो, राइट. सो सोशलाइजेशन सफर्स इवन मोर. देन ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू टॉक ऑफ स्लीप डिस्ट्रप्शन, एंजाइटी, ऑल दिस ग्रे मैटर एट्रोफी वगैरह. ठीक है. then you have to understand what is secondary socialization. 1 mark more for that, right. इस तरह से जैसे जैसे आप keywords hit करते जाओगे आपके आंसर में, आपको 10 में से 6 मार्क्स इजीली मिल सकते हैं, मतलब 60%, राइट. बहुत अच्छा आंसर लिखोगे तो जीएस में 70 भी मिल सकते हैं, 70%. बट क्या होता है, मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स जाके जीएस को समझते हैं जनरल स्टडीज. जीएस इज नॉट जनरल स्टडीज, इट्स एसएसएस, सब्जेक्ट स्पेसिफिक स्टडीज, स्पेसिफिक टू हिस्ट्री, स्पेसिफिक टू ज्योग्राफी, स्पेसिफिक टू सोशियोलॉजी and specific to political science. So it's actually SSS. ठीक है. जाके जनरल आंसर्स नहीं लिख के आने हैं आपने सब्जेक्ट स्पेसिफिक आंसर्स लिख के आने हैं विद टेक्निकल डेफिनेशंस ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट्स व्हिच आर आस्क्ड. डिकंस्ट्रक्ट द क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, थ्योरेटिकली. एंड if you have any questions you can ask me now. Otherwise I hope all of you have got the this thing, my WhatsApp number. You can just contact me. If you wish to join, you can tell Antim sir here. or you can go and tell Santosh ji or at the office, or you can also Santosh ji pehle wo syllabus laga do bas, or you can just contact me on my WhatsApp. Okay, any questions if you have, I'll be happy to take them right now. ठीक है, अभी if you wish to join the course, it's very nominal the fees. ठीक है, you can ये मेरा ले लो, this number, WhatsApp and UPI number, you can take it down, you can contact me, and I would recommend that you are joining Anthro here, then you should join this course, because आपका फिर 3 months में सारा हो जाएगा, मतलब 150 marks का आपका GS हो जाएगा, essay के लिए material मिल जाएगा, 50% of interview cover हो जाएगा, and Anthro तो हो ही जाएगा आपका, right? So and it's easy because इसमें कोई ज्यादा वो it's a once a week class, Tuesday को 2 घंटे की class होती है, ठीक है, doesn't clash with Anthro, and इसमें कोई बहुत rigorous, जैसे Anthro में तो you need to do a lot of question answer writing, evaluation, test series वगैरह, इसमें ये सब नहीं होता, GS में you just have to come for class for 2 hours, notes आपको सारे मिल जाएंगे, material मिल जाएगा, मतलब आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ टेस्ट के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है या कुछ स्ट्रेस करना है या ये वो, some questions I'll give you, you can write the answer and share it on WhatsApp, और नहीं भी करोगे तो उनके आंसर्स फिर मैं लिख के, मतलब आई हैव द आंसर्स, आई विल प्रोवाइड यू द आंसर्स, फर्स्ट आई विल गिव यू अ चांस टू राइट ऑन योर ओन, आपसे होता है तो ठीक है, फिर उसका करेक्ट आंसर मैं शेयर कर देती हूँ, एंड पूरा 200 पेजेस का आपको मटेरियल मिल जाता है, सो दिस मच पार्ट इज योर कवर्ड, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज कॉन्टैक्ट मी, एंड इफ एनीबडी ऑनलाइन हैज एनी क्वेश्चंस, अदरवाइज आई कैन आस्क अंतिम सर टू कंक्लूड द सेमिनार। हो गया, ठीक है, ये लिख लिया सबने मेरा नंबर, ठीक है, चलो, थैंक यू। Thanks.
So, too much information to process in one session. Perhaps rewatching the video on YouTube will help you. And any queries that you have regarding anthropology, regarding UPSC preparation as a whole, or GS as well, you may please contact me. All the best, guys. Hope to see you soon. Okay, if there is one question, Somesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for asking this question. Sir, other coaching will be taking 6 months to complete Anthro. How will you take 4 months to complete it? Thank you. Okay. Have you heard about this, that an expert can do 100-day task in an hour? The idea is not to spoon feed you everything. If I am supposed to spoon feed you each and every topic from the syllabus, I can go on teaching for you 9 months, year, anything. That is not the idea. The idea is you have to crack the exam. Anthropologists बाद में बन सकते हैं, ठीक है? Right now, our goal is to crack the exam, and what is needed for that is what we do. Instead of giving you a lot of data on every topic, we try to limit it, because since 2013, the pattern has changed. Earlier, you had the option to pour your entire heart out. You had to have those essay questions, 60 markers, where you can pour your entire heart out. But these days, you don't have to write more than 400 words. Let us say you are asked about factors of land alienation among tribals. So you have to cover more factors horizontally, and I'm just giving you a hint on a question. So just listen to once. You have to cover all the problems horizontally and just deep dive into one particular vertical, so that the examiner understands that he is aware of the whole horizontal situation, and depending on your vertical analysis, I hope you understand these ways, horizontal and vertical. Depending on vertical analysis or any one particular problem, your in-depth knowledge can be judged. So the idea is not to write lengthy answers, but rather to give smart answers. Hint the examiner कि मुझे ये भी पता है. Just another name mention of Belson-Heuser or Clifford Geertz, any one special name mention, and you get half a mark each. Okay. Also, ideal time for optional preparation again is only 4 months. ठीक है, 6 महीने तक ये करोगे, then again you will take 14 months for GS. तो कितना लंबा चला जाएगा यार? You have to have a limited time assigned जिसमें तुम्हें करना है. If you keep on going lenient, that will not serve. And we make people work with us, so speed अपने आप बनती है. I hope I got.
One more question, sir.
Please.
Sir, after 4 months, sir, sir, आंसर राइटिंग का सिलेबस कंप्लीट होने के बाद सर हम आपसे मतलब दोबारा आंसर कॉपी चेक करवा सकते हैं कि नहीं सर?
Definitely, you will be connected to the WhatsApp group. ठीक है, आइडिया क्या है कि in these 4 months you should have all your model answers prepared. Around 260 plus questions we have, 260 to 65 questions. For them, model answers should be prepared. But you will keep on receiving updates for an entire year. Before you come for the exam, let us say you are appearing for event 25 and you join the June batch. You have some 8 good months before your prelims. So all that information will be there. You have to add it to your answer accordingly. You will get them reviewed. Along with that, after your prelims exam, those of you who have qualified for mains or writing mains, we have time-bound answer writing sessions. Okay. So these updates are taken care of in those sessions dedicatedly as well. And anyhow, just be topics related, koi news aati hai, so we share it in the group. We recently, there was a news, I'm forgetting the name of the location, 5,000-year-old Yagya Havan Kund was found. Such news, just they add one bit of interest to the answer. वो इंटरेस्ट आना जरूरी है, तभी एग्जाम में तुम्हारा आंसर पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज तो वो सरकारी तरीका चल रहा है, they are just browsing and browsing. You have to find a differentiator. Yeah, so there you get it. I hope I answered your question. Sure. Anyone else?
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है guys, all the best. Hope to see you soon, and feel free to call me if any queries.